So I was really scared. And they're already working on my mouth. And I started crying because, you know, he was getting ready to yank the tooth out. And they were like, there's going to be a lot of pressure. And it's kind of, when they pull the tooth out, and especially an adult tooth, and you're awake for it, it was kind of traumatizing. I don't know if I was crying and upset because, as you guys all know, it's linked below, my GI story, that I had my gallbladder pulled out for no reason. The doctor suspected but despite all the diagnostics they went against what ultrasound, MRI said, and took out my gallbladder, my healthy gallbladder. And so now I have a fear of having something like a tooth removed from my body that I don't necessarily need to have, and that maybe someone's just doing to get money out of me. I have a fear because doctors, dentists, the healthcare company, they make a living off of doing things, prescribing things, taking things, sewing things, putting things into our bodies, into human bodies. That is how they make money. And some of them stop looking at us as people and start looking at us as a paycheck. And that's not right. And so I have a big fear of doctors who are just looking at me as a paycheck, because I have been that patient before. I've been a paycheck to doctors before. Linked below. But this doctor was really kind. He understood. And I told you guys that my irritation yesterday was that I found they kept adding on other things I had to have, and I had to have this sinus lift because of where the tooth was at. That the sinus nerve came down, and they said you're gonna have a sinus augmentation so that you don't lose your sense of smell, which I'm like, they told me if you don't have that done, this done, you're not gonna smell. And I looked at Patrick and I'm like, but Patrick doesn't smell, so you know, that might not be the end of the world. Anyways, I ended up not having to have the sinus augmentation. The dentist, when he was in there, was able to move that area around and put a membrane, from my understanding. They called it a membrane there, so that they could still do the bone graft, and they didn't have to do that part of it, the procedure. So it knocked my bill in half. It knocked the bill in half for me. And we were there longer because they had to redo the contract for us and refigure it, but the dentist, they saved us like $2,000, you guys. That's a real doctor. That's a real doctor. He didn't do the extra procedure on there so that they could collect the extra money. He did what was best for me. And he told us Merry Christmas before he left. It was just, I've never had a doctor do something like that for me before, so, and any of you who know who have been sick or have had doctors take advantage of you because of the money they can get from your insurance. It was amazing, you guys. So, sorry. It's just, it's been an emotional week. My tooth broke. I went through 2 days of being at this shitty dentist office, treated like crap. And then to have someone treat you like a human after going through all that, it feels good. It's something you can't pay for or prescribe. And I wish that more doctors and healthcare people would remember that we're people feelings. This is my body. You know. I get it. You're practicing and you have opinions, but this is my body. I have to live in it. I know you get to take your check and take it down and cash it and go shopping and go on trips and buy your fucking Rolls Royce, but I'm a person. You took an oath. I know a lot of doctors have forgotten that. All they think about is how they're not making what they think they should make from the insurance companies, how government healthcare has screwed them, how hard it's been for them, and how all this time they had to spend in school. And it's fucking selfish. If you wanted to do this for the money, you should have gone to school for something like business or banking or something like that. You shouldn't have gone into healthcare. Any doctor who just sits there and thinks about their paycheck and covering their ass and legal things before their patients doesn't deserve that white coat or that degree. So, that's my rant for the day. That's my story for you guys. There are bad doctors out there. There are very bad doctors out there. And there are very, very good doctors out there. And I have seen both of them. And I was very fortunate enough to see one yesterday for my tooth. So, thank you for hearing me cry, you guys.